There are some memories that don't fade. No matter how many years pass, no matter how much the world changes, they can still make you smile in an instant. A song, a bicycle, a summer afternoon, a knock on the front door from a friend. The funny thing is, when those moments happened, they felt completely ordinary. But today, they feel priceless because Gen X didn't know they were living through memories that would last a lifetime. Every generation has memories, but there is something unique about the memories Gen X carries. Maybe it's because the world changed so dramatically, or maybe it's because Gen X grew up during a brief moment in history that can never happen again. Before smartphones, before social media, before every moment was photographed, recorded, and shared online. Back then, memories weren't stored in cloud servers. They were stored in people. And somehow, decades later, many of those moments remain crystal clear. The smell of summer grass, the excitement of hearing your favorite song on the radio, the feeling of freedom when you rode your bike farther than you were supposed to. The surprising thing is that none of these memories involved expensive technology or luxury. They were simple moments, and perhaps that's exactly why they mattered so much. One of the memories that still makes Gen X smile is how easy friendship felt. Today, meeting up often requires planning. Texts, apps, schedules, calendars. But growing up, Gen X was different. If you wanted to see a friend, you simply walked outside. You rode your bike down the street, or knocked on their front door. That was it. No notifications, no online status, no location sharing. Just hope they were home. And most of the time, they were. Entire afternoons were created from a single question. Want to do something? Nobody knew where the day would lead. And that uncertainty was part of the fun. One moment you were standing in a driveway. The next, you were on an adventure, exploring neighborhoods, building forts, playing games, creating stories that would be remembered for decades. Looking back, many Gen Xers don't remember exactly what they did. They remember how they felt. Connected, free, included, and those feelings still bring a smile today. But friendship wasn't the only thing that made those years special. There was another memory almost every Gen Xer shares, and it happened the moment school ended for summer. For Gen X, a bicycle was never just a bicycle. It was independence. The moment you climbed onto that bike, the world became bigger. Every street became a possibility. Every shortcut became an adventure. Every ride felt like exploration. You didn't need an app telling you where to go. You didn't need a destination. You simply rode, sometimes with friends, sometimes alone. And somehow those rides became some of the happiest moments of childhood. What makes these memories special isn't the bike itself. It's what the bike represented. Trust, freedom, possibility. For many Gen Xers, those rides were the first taste of independence. And decades later, the memory still feels good. But there was another part of childhood that made life unforgettable. Before smartphones, before online gaming, before endless streaming, there were games, simple games, yet somehow they created some of the strongest memories. Neighborhood kids gathered automatically. No invitations needed. No group chats required. Everyone simply showed up. The rules were made up as they went. Arguments happened, laughter followed, and somehow every game felt important. Not because anyone was winning money, not because there were trophies, but because everyone was together. The real reward wasn't victory, it was belonging. And that's something many people miss today. The feeling of being completely present, fully engaged, part of something real. Those games may be gone, but the memories remain, and they still make Gen X smile. The older people get, the more they realize something surprising. The best memories are rarely the biggest ones. They're often the smallest. A favorite song on the radio, a family road trip, a sleepover with friends, Saturday morning cartoons, a laugh shared with siblings, a sunset at the end of a perfect summer day. At the time, these moments felt ordinary. Nobody knew they would become treasured memories. Nobody knew they would be remembered 50 years later. But that's the beauty of nostalgia. It reminds us that happiness often lives inside ordinary moments. And Gen X had plenty of those moments. Perhaps more than they realized. The world has changed. Technology has changed. Life has changed. But some things remain remarkably powerful. Memories, the laughter of friends, the freedom of childhood, the adventures nobody planned, the summers that felt endless, the little moments that seemed ordinary at the time. Those memories continue to live on because they were real. They weren't filtered. They weren't staged. They weren't created for likes or views. They were simply lived. And maybe that's why they still make Gen X smile. Not because life was perfect, but because those moments were genuine. And genuine memories never grow old. Gen X memories still makes you smile every time you think about it. Share it in the comments below. And if you enjoy revisiting the moments, stories, and experiences that made growing up Gen X so special, subscribe and join us for more journeys back to a time we'll never forget.